Terraform plan remote execution. This is my complaint with Atlantis for years, and it was never addressed. I don't even think to this day. We opened a pull request for it like 2 years ago. And the problem is that in Terraform, even a plan can do absolutely anything you want it to, because a plan can call a Terraform provider, and anyone can write a Terraform provider. And it used to be hard to call third-party Terraform providers, but not anymore. Now with the Terraform provider registry, it's super trivial for anyone, including Cloud Posse, as we're doing, publishing Terraform providers. So as they go through in this post here, they show just how easy it is to exfiltrate those AWS credentials with a nefarious provider. So how do you get around this? Well, I guess you prevent the usage of unvetted providers. But off the top of my head, I don't know how one can do that. Like there should be a dot file or something in Terraform that specifies which providers you accept, and that any provider not in that file won't. Yeah, but then even in pull requests, it would help. I don't know. What is the fix for this? Matt, Callum, Anton?
Well, I know one fix which can be helpful, and from what I talk to people, they also use it already. So if you work on this on the developer machine, I mean, if you execute Terraform on developer machine, you can use pre-commit hooks to make sure that there is no such code inside of your TF files. Literally using grep by certain regular expression. Of course, it's very bad by all definitions, but this is what I've been using myself.
No, it's a really good point. So really what we're talking about is shift left. In the CI pipeline, before you do any Terraform, anything, there needs to be a step that does some static analysis, make sure that everything is what you want it. Does TFSec let you restrict, for example, the providers out of the box?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically a policy-driven approach would be the way to do this. I wonder if Spacelift lets you do that.
I wonder using a lock file probably has some implications here, because if you explicitly have your providers listed that you want to use in your Terraform lock file, and that's committed, and it can't find, well, I guess in theory, it shouldn't be able to then just download an arbitrary provider that you haven't already sort of quote unquote whitelisted by putting it in your lock.
And whatever that provider is you whitelisted, you have to be checking against the default branch, Canadian master or whatever.
My favorite issue with all of this thing, which I've been worried for quite a long time, even when I was working on serverless TF a year ago, is archive provider has data source archive file, which will create file even when you run Terraform plan.
Oh, okay, same kind of thing.
That's exactly when I don't need a file yet.
Yeah.
All I want to do is just to see plan, and then I will decide whether to make archive, to upload it to Lambda or not.
Yeah.
So that's why,
so where a bad actor could then change the location of where that file is and override some critical thing.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a brave new world, and that's the one we're in. I mean, let's not mention that we're just running random Docker containers these days. I mean, we're all guilty of that in our infrastructure.
Funny thing related to stealing credentials is something what can happen, and I'm sure that there are still some CI platforms in the wild where you have shared access to some, let's say, Jenkins, right? So Jenkins can execute some code, and what you have to do is that you have to put simple like null resource or provisioner or exact, and simply send all of your environment variables somewhere.
Yeah.
this has happened. I mean, this can be abused still in some of CI systems out there right now.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, even in Atlantis, that was
Yes.
my biggest pain point with Atlantis. I'll find the issue here, but let's.
I think it is also documented somewhere inside of Atlantis that be careful that your credentials can be leaked. So make sure that you execute only from certain people. And
yeah, this was the issue I opened up in 2018, and it's, it talks about it.